Now, this is a very important, this is like a memo to make another video, but, you know, in reference to my mother and father's mansions, I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions. I guess the Treasury can't seem to figure out where the properties are at. Or is the Treasury confused who my biological parents are, or the Supreme Court? I haven't received a map in the mailbox yet, or an email. And, you know, I need that for route purposes, so, you know, from point A to point B, in reference to the situation. It's kind of fucking stupid for somebody to get kidnapped from their mother and father's mansions and then yet have to work at jobs in Indiana to try to save money to get back home, to my mother and father's mansions, when I don't even have the keys because they kidnapped me from the properties, and somebody in government was probably holding on to the keys. I don't know. But, and in reference to, you know, the little house where I stay at, you know, it's not the right size of the property I was supposed to be staying at. My mother had documents. And don't forget, my parents paid for everything for me. Plus, I'm the owner. I had trust funds and an allowance that I was supposed to have received. That I was receiving my allowance when my parents was alive. You know that, right? And trust funds that I was supposed to have had. The government's blocking those. And I'm the owner of the revenues of my mother and father's companies in reference to, you know, the information of my take on things. And there's some government man that always tries to fabricate that he thought he was trying to steal identities of shareholders or something, some government man. That's illegal. I own the majority shares of my mother and father's companies, plus I own the parent company forever. But, you know, many things of importance in reference to these people. Like, what race of these people are blocking me from my mother and father's mansions? What's their race and ethnicity, whoever they are? And, you know, in reference to the little house where I'm at, well, I'm driving right now, but the little house where I stay at, none of my celebrity friends come over. I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions no matter what, whether anybody comes over or not. You understand that? And in reference to my CDL truck driver's license, no, I've not received nothing in the postal mail, not received any lawsuit monies, not received any documentations of it either. And in reference to the information of things, people need to know what race and religion and the identity of the people are that are blocking me from my mother and father's mansions. None of these people ever had meetings with my parents. None of these people was ever friends with my parents. They all made this shit up after my parents died. Because they knew better than to say the shit when my parents was alive. Because they know they got their asses prosecuted and sued. Well, they're supposed to be getting their asses sued and prosecuted by the estates of my parents. Meaning, I'm the owner of the estates forever. Never signed, never gave, never sold, not never, and nothing's ever for sale, not never. But in reference to these people, they're supposed to get prosecuted for trying to steal the estates of my parents. There is estate fraud laws. In reference to people fabricating, they thought they had some stake in the ownership of my mother and father's estates. No, I'm the owner. And my mother and father's mansions are not timeshare. They're personal private mansions. And I'm the owner. Forever. But, you know, in reference to the situation of people trying to play tricks, it's never signed, never gave, never sold, not allowed to, not never. Anybody trying to muscle me are obviously people that was involved in the murder of my parents. People trying to make up lies and accusations on me. Those are obviously people that are conspiring with the murderers and the thieves. But, you know, my friends don't even call. They don't even send letters. My friends don't even come over to this little house. This is a hostage situation. See, some of the celebrity friends of mine live in the same neighborhood of where some of my mother and father's mansions are at. Now, this is very serious.